Hello YouTube, we are checking out a deck by Pedro Barbosa today. This is nominally a Grixis Midrange deck that he used in one of the SCG tournaments that I thought was pretty interesting, pretty unique, so I thought I would check it out here. And so this deck, we are running Lurrus as the companion, but it is a grindy deck, so we have ways we're trying to attack our opponent's hand. We have Acquisition Expert, Elderfang Disciple, Kroxa, and Inscription of Ruin. Those are all ways we can make our opponents discard cards. Furthermore, we have ways that we can remove our opponent's creatures. There's Bloodchief's Thirst, there's Heartless Act, Eliminate, Hagra Mauling. Additionally, we have Magmatic Channeler for more ways we can fill our graveyard and or decide and help get some filtering on what we actually need. So we can pitch lands and get spells or vice versa. And then all well filling our graveyard for Kroxa. There's a couple of copies of Valky as well. And now one of the additions that this deck is running from Strixhaven is Poet's Quill. So this lets us do a learn trigger, and it also gives us the ability to make one of our creatures have lifelink. So it can help us go long against some of the more aggressive decks, maybe mono red or mono white or something like that. Help us win those races. Now, in the sideboard, and why this deck is actually a Grixis deck instead of a Rakdos deck, is these 4 copies of Disdainful Stroke, right? These are going to be crucial in trying to defeat any kind of Sultai Ultimatum deck, right? Where if they're just top deck an ultimatum, they can just win off the spot. Even if you have removed their hand, they have nothing right in their hand, but they just top deck, they could still win. So that gives us some counterplay. It also works well with those new Is It Dragon decks that have been popping up because they end up playing a lot of big spells financed off of those treasure tokens that they're generating. Now, because this is a Lurrus deck, we have Soul Guide Lanterns, both to help harm other graveyard-focused decks, and we get to loop them when Lurrus is on the battlefield. We can sack and play them again to draw cards. Timrit is another graveyard hate card we have. It can also gain us some life in a pinch. Then we have 5 ways we can help wipe the board: 4 Extinction Events, 1 Crippling Fear. And then, as I mentioned, we have an Introduction to Annihilation that we can grab with Poet's Quill. So that's the deck. Let's see how it plays. Okay, opponent goes first. We have our Disciple and our Channeler, and a bunch of removal. Opponent's on Yorion though, so probably Ultimatum. I think we still leave the Babel Passage, probably grab a Mountain, and then play the Pathway as a black source. Okay, opponent though, then Mulligan. That's going to be very helpful for us. So we just get this down, pass the turn. Opponent might make some plays thinking we are rogues if we don't actually show that this is a Mountain until later. Could mess with their head a bit, make them play potentially suboptimally. Okay, Wolfwillow Haven. Sure, I'll crack for red. Okay, we're hitting a lot of removal. It's not particularly great, but the Disciple is nice. They pitch a land. Tell something. Okay. I guess we go to combat first. Poet's Quill. This might be a counter spell. I'd rather have the Channeler than the Quill, but okay, the Quill resolves. I am going to look at my hand. I'm going to pitch the Eliminate, because that's probably going to be useless. I'm actually getting another land, which isn't the worst, because let's double spell next turn. Or at least have us be able to play Channeler and have like Village Rates up or something. Okay, we really do need to get some more action going on though, because my opponent's on like, what, 5 mana now? Or no, they're on 6. So they're like 1 turn away potentially from casting the Ultimatum, but we find the perfect draw here. That is just incredible. Get rid of their hand. Okay, they had a Gargroth, which actually we're prepared to deal with right now, but better just get it out of the way through discard. Also hit the Extinction Event. That Iron's Epiphany, yep. Gotta get Yorion to hand, sure. Hit me for 2. Another Haven, okay. Well then, Village Rites, the Disciple. Draw some cards. Bloodchief's Thirst. Okay, I guess we'll get you off. So we don't need blue yet. Well, this can get you as a black source. We might want a 3rd red source. So we'll just play Magmatic Channeler and get Lurrus to hand. This way we can potentially threaten their hand again with having discard effect off of Lurrus. It didn't seem like they had action though. Like if they just got Yorion to hand and played a Wolfwool Haven, like that doesn't seem great. But of course the omnipresent peril or ever-present peril with this deck that we are facing is that they can just top deck an ultimatum and just win on the spot. So there's that to contend with. That dread. Binding. Like cultivate. Okay. This is a red source. I guess we just pass. We're gonna need to kill the Quill, but means that we can get Lurrus next turn. Start getting graveyard threats. Yorion, yep. Kill Yorion. Blink their Havens. Yeah, land. Which means there's only 1 card left in their hand, so theoretically next turn we can display Lurrus, recur the Elderfang Disciple, and have them in top deck mode. We're actually sacrificing the Haven to make a token. Hold. So we're going to Lurrus. Get back the Disciple. Get rid of their last card, it was the land. Play this as a black source. And I guess we just pass the turn. Could Bloodchief's Thirst, the 2-2, but I don't think that's particularly important right now. Even just jump with the Disciple. We're gonna have to kill them more quickly though, because, like I said, this deck is dangerous in top deck mode. If they block. You don't. Do you want a Village Rites? Probably. Although we need the Channeler out to just start really doing stuff. Your creatures get Death Touch. Two in the air. No blocks. It's a curious change of pace though. Hope they didn't draw something good. Maybe a Local Haven token. Okay. Little Village Rites the Disciple. Draw some cards so we get some more action. Get an Eliminate and a Hagermon. I guess we'll use the Eliminate on one of them. We can then use Bloodchief's Thirst. Well, I guess we'll Disciple first. continue to attack their hand. I mean, may as well. Okay, Dwyer Disruption down. Destroy their 2/2. Attack for 7. And I guess Temple of Malice. That's potentially something, I guess. Maybe I should be just going for Kroxa, but... Hit one of the 1/1s so Luris can keep attacking. We still have a backup removal spell if we need it. But I'm going to look at my opponent's whole hand and get rid of one of the things that they have. Get rid of the Restoration. Swing for 8. Play the Poet's Quill, I guess. Yeah, here Introduction could be okay. Depending on what they go for with their ultimate, if they just like top deck one now. Okay, Omen of the Seas. They still have enough mana for the ultimatum. So I have to see. Hope this isn't a good scry here. 2 bottom. Okay. Thank goodness. Come on. Gonna be opponents. What you got? Nothing. Okay. Nice. Squeak it out. Okay, so we're bringing in the Disdainful Strokes. We're bringing out the removal. Okay, we have Mire Triton and Valky. It's a bold keep, but getting that Elder Fang Disciple actually makes it, I think, a lot better. And the Acquisition Expert. Yeah, so we can get a peek at 2, and then follow up by like Valky if they get Yori into hand. This is looking better. Better already. Okay, Woeful Haven. Sure, we start Pain. Take away a card in their hand. Okay, Fable Passage. Foretell something. Hit them for 1. Acquisition Expert. Look at 2 cards. 2 of the 3 remaining. Get rid of one of them. It's a tough call. You know, they got only 3 cards in their hand, so eliminate or a land. Take the land. Well, creatures aren't really very important right now. Play Eureka Moment, draw. They must have gotten the land. Playing Kroxa, that's huge. Just eliminate. The Mire Triton. No, Disdainful Stroke. No. Wondrix Cultivator. We're actually a couple turns, or 3 turns away, I guess, from just being able to cast Valky. We'll just send. I'm okay with them going to the graveyard, prefer them in the graveyard so they can either pure Kroxa or recur them with Luris. Epiphany. Okay. Back for 5, okay. That's what they got. You get Yorian to hand. I think we Valky here. Get around a Mystical Dispute. Look at their hand. We get to take Yorian. Okay, they have a Pelucranos. They don't have any black men of those. They oh my god, their hand is terrible. I'm just gonna play Lurrus. They need to draw a Fabled Passage or a Black Source, they're gonna be in trouble. This makes them have to pick between killing Lurrus or killing a Valky. They swing 2 in the air. Go to 12. Okay, find a removal spell. Four cards in the graveyard. If we just send like this. I mean, actually, we can just Hagar Mauling their Cultivator. And then we can play Crocs in the graveyard, I guess. Okay, they hit me for 2. Nope, okay. I'm gonna say if they're doing that, that means they probably have a removal spell or an extra turn spell. I think we just play Croxa again. Otherwise, we make it harder for us to be able to resolve or escape Croxa because we got another creature out of the graveyard instead of in it. And I think I'm going to try to kill Lurrus here, so I'm just doing this pre-combat. Yeah, I already have 5 mana, so I can already make the Valky into Yorian. I think we just attack. We got. Okay, well this is just lethal, so. Okay, ooh, we take it. Nice. Close games against Sultai or I guess Timur Ultimatum. Timur Ultimatum. We are not going to. This is a pretty sweet opening hand, it looks like. Got all their colors, 2 ways we can make our opponent discard stuff. Opponent looks like they're on mono red. I'm going to run at Croxa first, so as not to give them a good stomp target, but tough call. We didn't have a village rights, that would make me want to hold on to Croxa, but I think we just want to roll it out. Such an Embercleave. Wow. Must have a good hand or something. Rock Knight. There's the village rights. I think here now we run out the acquisition expert. Try to stomp it, then we get to get rid of their Bone Crusher Giant by, you know, making their spell fizzle. Brand. Okay. Getting some big stuff from them. They gotta be short on lands if they're just giving me these. Short on lands or creatures, maybe. Play a Faceless Haven. Okay. We have an answer for that at least in the Eliminate. They Robber the Rich. Okay. Let's see if they attack here. Both or just with Robber. Attack with both. Get an Elderfang Disciple. Definitely blocking over here. Okay, to give the other robber Boulder Rush, the other attacker rather. Temple of Malice. We want another swamp. How many cards do we have in the graveyard? 2 cards. Not that many. They also just get rid of my opponent's hand. But they're going to get incidental value off the robber. I think we don't want another land. I think we just eliminate the robber on their turn. I play another robber, of course. That's rough. Just finding all my spells off of the robber. I don't have another answer for 2 of them. What do I want to give? I guess the village rights? Find another one. I think here we just want to destroy the robber. They stop getting value. We're 1 card away from getting Croxa out too. I don't think they're gonna have a good way of dealing with Croxa. Okay, so they attack me for 1. I guess it is a rogue, so they get to Disciple if they want, which actually would help me because they get rid of the village rights so we can get Croxa out. I hope they actually play the Disciple. Hopefully go for max mana value and like play like Robber, or rather Rimrock, Disciple. That would be ideal. Play the Rimrock. We're gonna play the Disciple. Yes, thank you, opponent. Let's see what they got in their hand. If they have another Embercleave, I could still be in trouble. I'll have to be careful with my blocks, but they had a Bone Crusher. Okay. Let's play out this land. Potentially could be relevant. The last card's better than a Bone Crusher, which is scary. And if they just go all out here, right? I gotta think that there's gonna be an Embercleave going on the Rimrock. Yep, there's the Embercleave. Then we kind of just need a removal spell. That is a removal spell. Though they can animate Facial Save into next turn. But they can't do that and move Embercleave around. They jump. Done 1 damage to me. Shame Inscription isn't that instant. We're probably just dead here. Too many hits off the robbers. Maybe I should have just used the Inscription earlier to get rid of their hand, but find another Robber of the Rich. They get to attack. Do you want to go to 1? Maybe? It's bold. Bold move, no doubt. And the Village Rites. This is such a tough call. We're gonna risk it. Can block whatever they have and then try to remove it, but it draw into a removal spell with the Magmatic Channeler. So we need to hit an Eliminate or a Heartless Act. Or Kazul's Fury, I guess, or Hagra Mauling. So even, I don't know, maybe like 8 cards or something we could draw. Animate Facial Save-In. Go to combat. Guess we just let this happen. It was a land, okay. Block there. So if we want to be really desperate, we can sack Kroxa, get 2 cards, use Mimetic Channeler to dig, but that's not going to win us the game, right? Because they're still at 8. So I think we have to just hope that Kroxa can live, and that we draw into an instant speed removal spell. And we do not. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. Okay. This is definitely an aggro deck, so we want to... I mean, although I think we kind of more or less are configured okay against that. Maybe swap out the channelers for like some a crippling fear and a extinction event. Okay, mono red. Great Menace. Tybalt's in 1 land. I think we have to mulligan that. Okay. Looks better. Put back up Fable Passage. Start with the Temple. Oh, it's cool. Lifelink, yeah. Yeah, I'll take that. And it starts with a Fireblade Charger. Play a Swamp. I think we Mire Triton first instead of going Valky first. This makes it less likely they're going to have removal or Valky, because they might spend it here to force their Charger through. There's the Frostbite, okay. That's the kind of removal that I would prefer they use now before they save a Stomp, because we can then take the Giant. They have another Charger, okay. And the Heartless Act, we'll just play Valky. So we've got... I got plenty of removal. And curiously enough, in a Crone War. I am glad I have those Extinction events, but we gotta find them. Or the Extinction event. Maybe I should have ported it more. Yeah, they have removal up the wazoo for poor Valky. Give me for 2. And I guess I should have cracked that land. Oh well. Let's get Introduction to Annihilation. Pass the turn. By land. By Annex. Yep. So we get to land 4. You double spell. We want. Yeah, I think we just wait, go to their turn. Kill Annex. Play Fervent Champion. Yeah, they're gonna get 2 tokens anyway. If we kill the Charger first, or if we just kill Anax and then kill the Charger. We'll just Heartless Act, killing the Chargers. Gets to hit me for 2 though. I think here we just have to Inscription them. Get rid of their hands so we can start getting Lurrus out safely. We're gonna take 4 more damage at least. Next turn we could even use an Inscription to get back like Fire Triton, which should get us some life back, start to trade their 1/1s. They've drawn Embercleave. Okay. About to be tilt. Well, Boulder Rush is not terrible either. It's pretty good. We're gonna get back Mire Triton and equip it with the Poet's Quill. If we can find a Croxor, I might be able to weasel our way out of this, but it's gonna be tough, no doubt. Mudra Frost. Ah! Alright, they got us. Bit top decking, but happens to the best of us. Well, YouTube, that was just a quick test drive of that Grixis Midrange splashing for Disdainful Stroke in the sideboard. I hope you enjoyed the games. I'll see you next time.